Hi guys, thank you for stopping by. So I want to continue with what I was talking about last week, which is some of the last minute tax saving strategy that you can implement this year. So one of the things I spoke about was deferring income to next year if you can. I'm going to talk about how you can stay within a lower tax bracket if depending on what your income is. So that just give you an example. I'm going to work with a single taxpayer because the rates are different for different taxpayers depending on your filing status, whether you're single, married, filing jointly, married, filing separately, or head of household. Okay, so the three main for a single taxpayer, basically all single taxpayers, everybody gets a standard deduction of $12,200 automatically by the government because they know that you have to pay for your rent, you have to buy food, clothing, because they know those things are not deductible. They give everyone a standard deduction. So automatically you're going to get a standard deduction of $12,200. Okay. So for the first $12,000 that you make, you're going to pay 0% on it. You're not going to pay any taxes. You don't have to pay any taxes whatsoever. Then what is the next bracket? On the next $9,700 that you make, you are going to pay 10%. So what does this mean? That means you can make a total of $21,900 and only pay your tax rate is going to be at 10%. Okay, so what is the next tax bracket? The next tax bracket is 12%. So how much do you get to pay for that 12%? So as much you can make, whatever additional income you make, up to $39,375, you are going to, your maximum tax rate is going to be at 12%. So you're not going to make any additional income. So if you make a 10,000, you can do your tax planning. If you make $10,000 more or $15,000 more, you are going to be within this bracket. You're going to stay within this bracket. If, for example, you made 40,000 more, you're going to exceed that maximum, that threshold, and that's going to push you into a higher tax bracket. This is what you want to avoid. That's what I'm talking about. The next tax bracket is 22%. So anything you make up to 84,000, I believe it's $84,200, you're going to be taxed at that 22% tax rate. So obviously, if you make 40,000, you're going to be within that bracket. Obviously, if you make $60,000 more, you're going to go into another higher bracket, right? Into the next phase, into the next marginal tax bracket. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I want to try and get you to avoid. If you are going to be getting a bonus paycheck by the end of the year, if you are, I would speak to your employer. Ask your employer, is there any way, is it possible for you to delay delay issuance of that check until next year so that you can pick it up next year? But this is only if you're going to remain within that low tax bracket. Obviously, if you got a promotion and you're not making tons more money, then it doesn't make any difference. Then you might as well receive your paycheck right now because you can use those funds, right, and spend those funds during the holidays. So that's basically the other thing I wanted to touch on briefly is I wanted to touch on capital gains. So it's possible for you to have pay 0% on your capital gains if you've had stocks. If you had sold stocks, right? You had stocks. The stock market has been doing really well lately. So if you're fortunate enough to have had stocks, then you can anything you make. If your income was below 39,000, you're going to pay 0 on that on your stock gains. But if you are above that, your capital gains rate, that's what it's called when you make money on the stock market or you sell investment assets, that rate is going to be at 15%. Okay, so and then there's a very high gap for before you can move into the next phase. So and you have to make above $484,000. If you make above that amount, then you're gonna pay 20%. The next bracket is 20%. You pay 20% on that on the next rate. Okay, so there you have it, folks. This is really fast. I just wanted to go over the tax rates with you. Let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to me. Put a message in the chat box, connect with me, send me a message, direct message me, whatever you'd like. I will be happy to answer your questions. I'll talk to you then. See you next time.